Today's Japanese buzzword is 19.2秒のチラ見せ, or a quick showing that lasts 19.2 seconds, which comes from probably everyone's favorite place for a buzzword to come from, which is a really minor political scandal that is blown far out of proportion because of how bizarre everything has become. So breaking this phrase down, 19.2秒 is just 19.2 seconds, and chiramise is like to flash something to somebody, like a quick showing. Oftentimes, this can have kind of a like sexy sexual element to it, as like, to flash something, but it can also be like a quick showing, which was how the verb is used by Maki Takubo, who is currently, although by the time I release this video, maybe not, the mayor of the city of Ito in Shizuoka Prefecture, having been elected to this position just in May of this year. Now, in her applications and in the official introduction that was given in like the material after she was elected, she listed herself as a graduate of Toyo University. However, in June of this year, an anonymous message, which you can see here, was sent around claiming that not only did she not graduate from Toyo University, she was expelled, and warning people that her documents may be faked. Now, at first, of course, a lot of people thought this was just some random message, so they asked her, hey, just can you produce the documents? To which she said, I already have. This made people want to investigate further, and a formal investigation committee was put in. And after that, a bunch of bizarre things happened, including Takubo stating that they would resign, but then changing their mind, claiming that they showed proof of the graduation to their supporters, but then not showing it to the investigation committee. And then in late July, stating that actually she had been expelled, but she only learned about that when she visited the university in late June. And until then, in other words, until this entire thing had begun and she went to the university to confirm, she thought she had graduated.
繰り返しで恐縮ですが、6月28日に大学に訪れた時に私が卒業していないという事実、そして除籍であるという事実を知りました。以上でございます。
This has unsurprisingly resulted in a vote of no confidence, and at the time I'm making this video, there are questions as to whether she will just resign or they'll have to hold a new election or what's going to happen. Within all this, though, what has captured the imagination of Japan, and because this is like local news becoming national news, by Japan here I mean like the wider country, not just the internet, is a statement she made during one of the discussions with the investigative group. As on August 13th, Takubo stated that she had shown all of her necessary graduation documentation to the necessary individuals, including a chairman, but that she did this for, quote, about 19.2 seconds.
報道であるようなチラ見せといった事実はありませんで、私の方としましては、こうやって私の方で手で提示をいたしまして、約 19.2 秒ほど見ていただいたというふうに記憶しております。
And this obviously quite bizarrely specific number was so, well, specifically bizarre that when she states it, you can actually hear members of the committee kind of repeat it in shock.
約 19.2 秒ほど見ていただいたというふうに記憶しております。
When later asked how she knew it was exactly 19.2 seconds, Takubo claimed that she had an audio recording of the entire interaction where she showed the documents and was therefore able to time the interaction.
ストップウォッチかなんかで測ってたんですか？
はい、会話の方は、録音の記録を持っております。それでストップウォッチで測りました。
The chairman himself, though, who has apparently shown this document as well as others, has stated that whether or not they talked for 19.2 seconds or not, what really happened is that something was flashed to them twice and they didn't really get a good look.
ずっと見せてくれたわけじゃなくて、その中のやり取りであって、それぞれ、1秒、2秒ぐらいずつなので、本当に2、3秒だったと思います。その私文書を行使して私たちを騙したその時間が 19.2 秒じゃないかって。もうそういうふうなことになると思うんですよ。自分が犯した罪の時間を 19.2 秒つってるようなもんだと思います。
As one finds in many places around the world, this scandal therefore has everything to make it a major topic of national conversation. On the one hand, it's an incredibly tiny issue, it's the mayor of one town, but it's also incredibly bizarre, and the obstinate refusal of Takubo to show documents or admit any kind of fault makes the whole thing feel almost like a bizarre I think you should leave sketch. But this 19.2秒チラ見せ phrase has been the highlight of this for the Japanese internet, as people were commenting on it and making jokes about it basically from the day it was uttered. To be clear, Takubo never said that she just flashed it for 19.2 seconds. She said that she didn't flash it, she showed it for 19.2 seconds, but that hasn't stopped people from combining these into one single phrase on the internet. The post you're looking at now is from August 13th, so the day it was said, and it makes the great point that why did she say yaku or like about in front?
約 19.2 秒ほど。
Like you'd say about 19 or about 20, but if it's 19.2, that's not about, that's like a very specific time. With the person below wondering if, hey, maybe this is going to be listed as the top buzzword for 2025. But beyond just talking about the phrase itself, it immediately became like a meme template for jokes, for parodies. This one is also from August 13th, which happened to be the day that McDonald's Japan was dealing with a whole bunch of issues of Pokemon scalpers running to get these Pokemon cards they just released, and therefore most people couldn't get them, with the person joking that from now on, McDonald's will just show you the Pokemon card for 19.2 seconds. And then other people have just started using it as like a joking time. Like whenever they do something, they say they do it for 19.2 seconds or about 19.2 seconds. This person, for instance, looked at the menu for 19.2 seconds. And this person states that they want to finish this bowl of ramen within 19.2 seconds. Or indeed, some people go the extra effort and post a video of them opening Pokemon card packs. And the video itself is, well, it's at least 19 seconds, which is a bit extra, but also really funny. So all in all then, this is pretty simple, but if you're on the internet in Japan and you note that people are claiming that something lasts for, or they did something for 19.2 seconds or about that much, this is why. And again, because this is so mainstream, because it's on the national scale, and because it's, pretty inoffensive and easy to describe, there are many people out there stating that they think it will be, or even should be, the buzzword of the year. And I'll give you a glimpse of a post of somebody making this claim for 19.2 seconds, and you can decide on your own whether or not you think this claim will end up being true.